Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about what makes an ex realize that they love you. Well, a lot of times when you're going through a breakup, you feel like things are hopeless. You feel like your ex has said what they needed to say. They're doing a lot of things that are showing you that they're not going to change their mind. They're ice cold to you, and then in many cases they're acting like a different person. So we're sitting there feeling like, well, how is this ever going to turn around? They're telling me they don't want to be with me anymore. Me trying to talk to them, beg, plead, handwritten letters, all those things don't work. So why would they come back to me? Well, I'm going to talk about this today, and I have some really good points for you guys, because you have to understand that love is powerful. Think about the things that people do for love. They will literally move to the other side of the world to start a family or to be with somebody they care about. They will do things that they are uncomfortable with or to make somebody else happy. Love is a powerful, deep bond. Why am I telling you this? Well, when you think about why somebody would come back to you, a huge component of it is that they love you. They have a strong bond to you, a connection. They can't turn it off. They can't just stop thinking about you. And even if they don't ever want to repair things with you for whatever reason, it doesn't mean that they're going to forget about you and go on with their life like you didn't mean anything to them, even though it feels like that's what's going to happen. But love is a feeling. And like all feelings, they can change. It can change, right? Think about feelings: anger, happy, sad, scared. Do you feel those feelings 24/7? No, of course not. Sometimes you're angry for a while, then it goes away. Or you're happy about something, then you're not so happy. Or you're sad about something, and then you're not so sad about it anymore. Love is a feeling that can change. And just like their attraction can go away or decrease in intensity, and they are not feeling so attracted to you for whatever reason, it can come back. Love is powerful. It makes the world go round. And love will make you do crazy things. Sometimes it makes you do irrational things, or things that you're embarrassed of, things you're ashamed of. So there are a lot of things that come with love. And just because your situation wasn't currently working for that other person, it doesn't mean that they won't come back to it or reconsider it. It's a major decision to walk away from a loving relationship or somebody that loves you or cares about you. It's not something we can just do easily and walk away. Now, some people can do that, but they often have serious attachment issues or personality disorders, right? And sometimes you'll hear people be like, well, if they loved you, they wouldn't have done that. If they really loved you, they wouldn't have broken up with you. If they really loved you, they wouldn't have thrown you away like trash. Okay? You may have heard nonsense like that. I don't see it like that at all. Sometimes people can love you, but feel like it's not working. They weren't getting their needs met. Maybe you were doing things that had turned them off. Maybe they're in a place right now that they can't be in a relationship. There are a lot of different things that could go on that they would end a relationship with somebody that they love or still care about. But if you're thinking in terms of what will make my ex come back, why would they come back to me? Obviously, love is a big part of it, but another big part of it is behavior, okay? You have to understand that people are very attracted to certain behaviors and very turned off by certain behaviors. So, if you're going to re-attract an ex, you have to do things that are more likely to attract them, like a magnet. If you do negative things, it's like pushing the magnet away. So, it's important that you start to exhibit secure, confident behavior. That is a major reason someone would come back to you. When you are displaying secure, confident behavior, it's extremely attractive. This is why we're always talking about attachment styles and healing your attachment issues. This is why I have the course and the creative healing course and the workbooks. It's all to get you centered, to make you a better partner, to blow that ex away when they do come back. And if they don't come back, you blow away the next person that you're with that you're really excited about. Because if you don't do the work now, it's going to come back and bite you later. Trust me, okay? Not only have I made those mistakes in life, but I see it every week. So you have to do attractive behaviors, and that will make them more likely to come back to you. Okay? It has a stronger impact on them when you're showing them confidence, but not delusional confidence, confidence that comes from within, that you can handle anything that comes your way, no matter what it is. And part of attracting them with your behavior is showing, I can handle this breakup. I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to beg you. You've made a decision to end our connection, and I'm going to respect that. So not reaching out is a major behavior that you can do that will cause your ex to come back to you. That is a big reason why exes come back to you, is that you are showing such a confidence within yourself. You're no longer exhibiting weak behaviors, trying to manipulate them with a clean slate message or a good reminder text or a handwritten letter. That's weaker behavior. Confident behavior is saying, I can handle this. Okay, I respect it. It's okay. I get it. Now, I'm not saying you should reach out and tell your ex that. You're showing him with the behavior that's what you're doing when you stop reaching out and chasing them. But it's also important that you don't do any negative behaviors in this time. Dramatic behaviors, begging, pleading, harassing them, stalking their social media, creating fake accounts that they're likely going to suspect that it's you. I've seen that with dating accounts. You create a fake dating profile and start messaging them. They're going to suspect that it's you after a certain amount of time, because you're going to slowly start to do things that they're going to be like, wait a minute. They're asking these particular questions that no normal new person I would talk to would ask me. But you guys start to do those things. So it's important that you stop doing negative behaviors and start doing positive, secure, confident behaviors to make them attracted to you. Another thing that you can do to make people realize they miss you and love you is to give them the space to see that for themselves. You've heard the phrase, you don't know what you got until it's gone. Gone is the key word. You have to be gone in order for them to realize that they love you and they miss you and that it's not the same without you. If you're reaching out to them, they're going to take you for granted still. They know they still have you in their life. Now, the thing is about relationships, many times we do take each other for granted, okay? Over time, we just assume that that person will tolerate our bad behaviors or our negativity. Now, not all of you were doing bad behaviors or negativity, but a lot of times we just expect that no matter what we do, the person is going to stay and tolerate it. And that's just not the way relationships go. In fact, I had a guy today that thought his girlfriend had such a high interest level that he could do whatever he wanted. So guess what? He wound up cheating on her. Didn't go so good. Because you know what? She didn't find out, but he had to live with a lot of guilt. And he didn't feel good about himself. And he wasn't himself in the relationship. And then that caused a lot of other things to spiral out of control. But you have to get to a place within yourself that you train yourself not to take that person for granted. Or anybody that you really care about in life, right? You want to appreciate that. Now, that's not to say that your ex didn't take you for granted. They may have taken you for granted in the relationship. That is absolutely possible. This is a generalized video, and so I can't cover all the aspects of it. What I'm trying to do is get you to focus on what you can control, and your behavior is what you can control. Doing your best not to take people for granted in the future is going to be a huge change in your behaviors and how you come across to people that you care about. Now, if you're in no contact, there's a good chance that you're really reflecting on those things and kind of beating yourself up. Now, I understand we all make mistakes in our relationship. It's not a sin to make a mistake, but it's a sin not to do something about it. It's what Coach Margaret used to say. So you're probably struggling with a lot of different aspects of this breakup. And one of them may be that you're not getting support from friends and family. You know, a lot of times friends and family are like, oh, forget about them. Just let them go. You'll find somebody better. And this may come from a place of trying to protect you and well-meaning, but, you know, they don't really understand why your ex left or how you were as a romantic partner. They may know you as a friend or a cousin or a brother, but that's a very different dynamic than a romantic partner. Now, while it's certainly on both parties to have a relationship going well, we are often doing little things that turn people off in the relationship. And so while you're in no contact, when you're focusing on what you can do differently that will have more positive impact on that person, it's going to show up when they see you, when they're around you again, when they do reach out, when they do break no contact and have interactions with you. Those changes, they will feel them, they will see them. You don't have to tell them. They'll see it. And that's another reason that they would want to come back when they see those changes. But you have to leave them alone. And it's not easy to do. But over time, it's very powerful on them. So you want to know why they would come back when you have respected their decision and they have had time to process things, think about things, reflect on things, and in many ways calm down about things that upset them. They may realize, wow, I kind of overreacted about this thing, or I'm making too much of a big deal about this particular issue, whatever it may be. I don't want to lose this person over that. Maybe we can negotiate. Maybe I was being unreasonable. And missing you, along with all those thoughts and feelings, has a big impact on them. Believe it or not, even though they're not acting like it, I often hear people that get their ex back have the dumper say, I thought about you every day. I missed you all the time. I couldn't stop thinking about you. I couldn't stop thinking about the situation. I was scared to lose you. All those things. But it's over time and allowing them space to think about those things. Time is a huge factor in allowing somebody to come back to you. They don't usually come back right away. It's usually been time where they've been planning on leaving the relationship. Then they need time to think about, process, all of those things that I just mentioned to come back. So time and distance gives them perspective. Things that had them emotionally charged and upset them that they thought were deal breakers are no longer even that significant. And another aspect of it is that over time, our brain kind of forgets and blocks out negative things that happened. And they need time to have those feelings decrease in intensity. So when they have the time and the distance and they are able to reflect and get this perspective, they also get clarity. And clarity is a huge shift in how they see things. That it's not always about what you did wrong, how you mistreated them, all these things that you did to turn them off. They start to look within and realize, wow, I did these things too. I did those things to hurt them too. Now that I'm seeing it, I could see why they reacted to some of those things the way they did, and they take some responsibility for themselves. And that's a great thing that they are taking responsibility now. Their mental health could be improving, and hopefully yours is, right? Their expectations can change, and they could be more focused on other things if they come back, and hopefully yours will give you more perspective too. They can start to value things differently and realize certain things are more important than others in that time, as you can and likely have. Having space and time often gives them an ability to figure out who they are and to individuate and to grow and maybe even look closer at their family and what was not going well in their family, and how to improve those things in relationships, and how those relationships impacted them as well. Sometimes they even realize that they sabotaged the relationship, that maybe they have an avoidant attachment style. And we have a video on the main channel that talks about why would somebody leave a good relationship. And it talks a lot about why people do these things unconsciously to sabotage connections with people that are great partners. Because some of you were probably great partners and got broken up with. And you're sitting here thinking, but I didn't do these things. Why am I getting dumped? Well, that's for another video. But we're trying to figure out and look at why people come back and how they do that. We're focused more on what makes an ex realize they love you. All of these things coming together have an impact on somebody, that they realize that you are somebody that they love, they miss, and even though they're not showing it, a lot of this is going on behind the scenes. You would be surprised how many people have had an ex acting ice cold, with no interest, acting like they didn't care about you at all, but all of this was going on behind the scenes. And then they come back and they tell you these things. And you'll see it, okay? If you do the work and you stay positive and you focus on becoming more secure and confident, a lot of your exes will come back naturally over time, and you'll see and hear a lot of these things from them in that process, okay? So hopefully this video has been helpful to you. Of course, if you want to get my help personally, you can do that on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Skype. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.